Hey guys, for the week of May 25th, you're going to be looking at two passages that deal with camping. One of the passages will be fiction, and one of the passages will be informational text. What we're going to do now is look at the vocabulary words that you'll see throughout both passages. So, one passage is called The Basics of Camping, and the other one is called A True Story About Camping. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a picture that provides a clue as to what the vocabulary word is. We're going to look at how the word is used in context, and then we're going to use that information and look for context clues to help us figure out what the word means. So as you can see in this picture, we have a picture of a tent set up on some kind of campsite, okay? So what do you think this picture might be trying to show you? The word that we're going to define is rustic. Look at how the word rustic is used in context. We went camping with only a tent instead of a camper because we wanted a more rustic experience. So, rustic is describing the experience that one would have if they went camping with only a tent instead of a camper. So, what do you think it means when something is described as rustic? Well, what's easier, to go camping in a camper or to go camping with only a tent? This provides me a clue. If I only have a tent, then that means I'm probably going to be more cold than if I were staying in a camper. I'm probably going to be less comfortable. I'm not going to have things like a stove to cook food. If I want to cook food, I'm going to have to start a campfire. Okay, so to me, camping in a tent is going to be far more of a challenge than camping in a camper. Okay, so what do you think it means when something is rustic? The definition of rustic is plain, simple, or old fashioned. So think about this. Long before there were campers, people still camped. And what they would use for shelter would be only a tent typically. All right. And if they wanted to cook food or have warmth, they would have to start their own campfire. Whereas nowadays, you have campers that come with stoves and comfortable beds. So you can see how rustic camping with only a tent would be a more rustic or more plain, simple, and old fashioned way of camping. Here's our next picture. So in this picture, you can see it looks like maybe a father and a daughter. And it looks like maybe the father is giving the daughter some advice or helping her as she learns how to drive. Our word is novice. Here's the word used in context. Since Natalie was still considered a novice driver, she was unable to drive anywhere without her father. So think about this. She's not allowed to drive yet by herself. She has to have her father with her. And not only is her father simply with her, it looks like he's teaching her and giving her some advice about what she should be doing while she drives. So, what do you think it means that she's a novice driver? Do you think she's experienced or do you think she's brand new to it? The word novice refers to a person new to something or inexperienced in a situation. So she's new to driving. She's inexperienced in the situation of driving a car. Okay. So when you are a novice, you're not very good at it yet. It's brand new to you. You're still learning. Next picture. So here we have a couple of horses inside a fenced-in area. The word that we're looking at is contained. Think about how this picture shows contained. The fence provided a contained environment for the horses to run freely. So the horses aren't 100% free. They're within the fenced-in area, but they have plenty of room where they can run around freely, okay, and still get exercise. So what do you think it means when something is contained? The definition is controlled or kept in a given space. So the environment that the horses have to run in is controlled and that they can't go beyond the fence and get themselves into danger. They're kept within that given space. So that's what it means when we are talking about being contained. Here we have someone who clearly was reading a book, maybe studying, and they fell asleep. This one's pretty easy. The word is tired. I know most, if not all of you, already know what the word tired means. As a matter of fact, 2 weeks ago, we looked at stories about Arthur, and the word exhausted was used. And if you remember what exhausted means, then you know what tired means because they are synonyms. William was so tired, he fell asleep while reading his book. Hmm. So, how do you feel, or what does it mean when you are tired or exhausted? It means you are in need of sleep or rest. See, he was trying to read or study, but his body was in such need of sleep or rest that he completely fell asleep. That's how tired he was. Here we have a submarine, and you can see that the submarine is underwater. And if you know anything about a submarine does not start off being underwater. They start off floating on top of the water, kind of like a boat. And once they get going, they make themselves go down underneath the water. The word that we're looking at is immersed. So think about what it means. This submarine is currently immersed. The submarine was fully immersed in the water. So what does it mean when the submarine is immersed? Well, they're in the water, right? And they're not only in the water, but where are they? Are they floating on top of the water or are they underneath the surface? Think about that. When you are immersed, it means that you have dipped or you have gone beneath the surface of a liquid. So immersed means to dip or go beneath the surface of a liquid, kind of like the submarine has here. Here we have a crane of some sort, and we have a building that is being built. The word that we're defining is construct. The crane was needed to help construct the new office building. So the crane is being used to construct the office building. Well, as you can see, the office building is clearly not finished. It is under construction. It's being made. So what does it mean to construct something? When you construct, it means to build or erect something. Okay, so build, erect, construct, they're all synonyms. Boys and girls, those are the words that you'll be seeing throughout your two passages that deal with camping for the week of May 25th.